This game is not suitable for children or those who are easily disturbed or disturbed children or people or humans, people with thumbs, people without thumbs, people who like pineapple for breakfast, people who enjoy pizza, people who enjoy pineapple on pizza, people who enjoy pineapple on pizza for breakfast, people who hate breakfast, people who have gone to war over breakfast, people who are in the Third Reich, people who killed... Oh God, I gotta switch. I'm so into doing Natsuki because I felt like I didn't do her justice last time, so I wanted to try to create a wrinkle.
Yep.
And now that I've created it, I just want to play it the whole time. Okay.
All right. Deep breaths, Yuri. Deep breaths.
Yeah, this is the one that's gonna get me lightheaded again. Let's see what you've written for today. This is pretty good, McNug. Were you influenced by seeing everyone's writing styles yesterday?
Well, mostly it's the contact high I got. I guess you could say that.
I did say that. Would you say that? I was also a bit surprised by how differently everyone writes. So I respect you for trying new things. You don't need to be a little more daring. Afraid of that, I mean.
Yeah.
Metaphors can go a long way.
Mm-hmm.
Not as far as a motorcycle, but pretty far. Do you like riding motorcycles?
No.
Don't feel like you need to work your brain like turning a bunch of gears like they have in motorcycles. Try letting your mind wander through your feelings, like say maybe down the interstate on a two-wheeled machine. I like the vibrations. And write down the things you see and hear. That's one way to truly enable your reader to see into your mind. It's a very intimate exercise.
I see. That's certainly interesting technique. Thanks for sharing.
I have well, an example of that if you'd like to read it.
Of course. Is this the poem you wrote for today? Yuri nods and timidly hands me her poem.
Here. The motorcycle. Sorry, no. If it happened in the dead of night while I was slicing bread for a guilty snack, my attention was caught by... I don't know why I wrote that. My attention was caught by the scuttering of a raccoon outside my window. That was, I believe, the first time I noticed my strange tendencies as an ordinary human. I gave the raccoon a piece of bread. My subconscious, well aware of the consequences of bread. Well aware that a raccoon that is fed will always come back for more. The enticing beauty of my cutting knife was the symptom. The bread, my hungry curiosity. The raccoon, an urge.
It's just a rodent.
The moon increments its phase and reflects that much more light off of... Am I reading this correctly?
Yeah.
I feel like I'm having a stroke.
No.
The moon...
Increments its phase. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. The moon increments its phase and reflects that much more light off of my cutting knife. The very same light that glistens in the eyes of my raccoon friend. I slice the bread. Fresh and soft. The raccoon becomes excited. Or perhaps I'm merely projecting my emotions onto the newly satisfied animal. The raccoon has taken to following me. You could say that we've gotten quite used to each other. The raccoon becomes hungry, and frequently, so my bread is always handy. Every time I brandish my cutting knife, the raccoon shows me its excitement. A rush of blood. Classic Pavlovian conditioning. I slice the bread, and I feed myself again.
Okay.
Chapter 2 is where I go to work on the raccoon. The bread follows me, and I kill the raccoon. There's a little more daring with this one than yesterday's.
I can see that. It's a lot more metaphorical.
Not really. It's an accurate representation of what happened yesterday.
I don't know if it's my fault, but I can't begin to imagine what this poem is about.
That's right. It's a bit closer to my preferred writing style,
Crazy.
using the poem as a canvas to vivid imagery and conveying emotions around them.
Yeah, if I take it at face value, then I can't even figure out what it's supposed to mean.
Well, I think it's something that different people can relate to in their own way. I wanted to express the way it feels for me to indulge in my more unusual hobbies,
And those
like motorcycles.
Those unusual hobbies, like, involve raccoons?
Some of them. Some of them require birds. It's those sort of things I'm usually forced to keep to myself.
I'd suggest you
because
keep...
the law says they're illegal.
I was going to say, you should probably keep them to yourself for sure.
So sometimes I enjoy writing about them.
Huh, that's funny.
Is it? Is it funny?
Didn't Natsuki also write something about that?
Did that bitch steal my poem?
About someone being ridiculed for a strange interest?
Ah. She did?
Yeah. She was talking about how it doesn't matter what you're into as long as you're not hurting anybody, especially the
Oh, well then it's not the same, is it?
Oh no.
She's right. I mean, does she really feel that way, or do you think it's like a thing?
Yeah. Sounds like you two have that in common.
That's interesting. Do you know the diameter of her wrists and ankles? To me, she seemed like the kind of person who would make fun of my hobbies. But I suppose that's my fault for judging, isn't it? Please don't tell her I said that.
Don't worry, I have no reason to.
Okay. Well, thank you for sharing it with me. Sorry, hold on. Shh. Okay. After all, I had learned to embrace my own weirdness. I probably would hate myself, which I totally don't. Is anyone else hearing that circus music? I might be ranting a little bit now, but I'm glad that you're a good listener.
Okay, everyone. We're all done reading each other's poems, right? I have something extra planned today, so if everyone could come sit at the front of the room, it's time to murder you.
Is this about the festival?
Well, sort of.
Do we have to do something for the festival? It's not like we can put together anything good in just a few days. Well, let's end up embarrassing ourselves again instead of getting any new members. And all I'm down for is members. I want more members. Like, I can handle 3 or 4 members myself. That's a concern of mine as well. I would like more members as well. I would take dismember and that member, but mostly dismember. I don't really do well with last minute preparations. I need a week to get the cellophane down.
Don't worry so much. We're going to keep it simple, okay? We won't need much more than a few decorations. Sayori has been working on posters, and I've designed some pamphlets we can give out during the event.
Okay, that's great and all, but it doesn't really tell us what we're actually going to be doing for the event.
Sorry, I thought you'd heard about it already.
How the fuck would I have heard about it? You just told us.
We're going to be performing.
Performing what? Pee. We're going to be peeing on stage. Monica?
Yeah, we're going to be having a poetry performance. Each of us are going to choose a poem to recite during the event. But the cool part is we're also going to let anyone else come up and recite poems too. Sayori's putting it on all the posters in case anyone wants to prepare ahead of time. Sayori, who's been coloring a poster, holds it up for us to see.
Scientology? Really? Are you kidding me, Monica? You didn't already start putting up these posters, did you?
Well, I did. Do you really think it's that bad of an idea?
I think it's the stupidest brain dead fucking thing. No, it's fine. I love it. It's not a bad idea. But I didn't sign up for this, you know. There's no way I'm going to be performing in front of a group of people like that. All the spider people. I agree with Natsuki. I could never in my life do something like that. Pee on stage? Are you kidding?
Imagining it, Yuri shakes her head in fear.
Guys.
No, Sayori. I understand where they're coming from. Remember that Natsuki and Yuri have never shared their poems with anyone until just a couple of days ago. It's a lot to ask for them to recite their poems out loud to a whole room full of people. I guess I kind of overlooked that. So, I'm sorry.
Huh.
But I still think we should give it our best. We're the only ones responsible for the fate of this club. If we start the event and each put on a good performance, then it will inspire others to do the same. And the more people who perform, the better we'll be able to show everyone what literature is all about.
Yeah. It's about expressing your feelings.
What if my feelings say to murder?
Being intimate with yourself.
Whoa!
I know about that. Hey-o. Want another cookie?
Finding new horizons, like that Animal Crossing game, and having fun.
That's right. Especially the part about, being intimate with yourself. And
Hey, yo!
And it's those reasons that we're all in this club today. Don't you want to share that with others? To inspire them to find the same feelings that brought you here in the first place? I know you do. I know we all do. And if all it takes is standing in front of the room for 2 minutes and reciting a poem, then I know you can do it. Natsuki and Yuri remain silent. Sayori looks worried. I guess that leaves me no choice. I agree. I don't think it's too much to ask. I think that Sayori and Monica have been trying really hard to get new members. The least we can do is help them out a little bit.
Well, maybe, but it's just dumb.
It looks like Natsuki doesn't have any arguments left.
I have plenty of arguments left. Okay, fine. I guess I'll just have to get it over with. But I'm toking it fucking down before I go out there.
All right.
Yeah, you're with me.
Phew. Thanks, Natsuki. What about you, Yuri?
I have a hard time breathing.
Yuri dejectedly glances around at everyone else's expectant faces.
Whenever I look at people's faces, I just see a wobbly blur. Is that weird? I guess I really don't have a choice.
Hey, that's everyone. You're the best, Yuri.
I know that. This club is seriously going to be the death of me, or one of you probably, more likely.
Oh gosh, you'll be fine, Yuri. But anyway, let's move on to the main event.
A boxing match.
I want each of you to choose a poem of yours. We're going to practice reciting them in front of each other.
No way. No. Monica. This is too sudden.
Well, if you can't recite your poem in front of the club, how do you expect to do it in front of strangers?
I wasn't expecting to do it in front of you. Did that. Oh, no.
Don't worry.
I am worrying.
I'll start off to help everyone feel a little more comfortable.
Can I go next?
Of course. Now, let's see. Monica flips through her notebook to the specific poem she has in mind for herself. She then stands behind the podium. The title of this poem is The Way They Fly. Monica begins reciting her poem.
Oh my God, it's about 9/11.
Go. Her clear, confident voice fills the room. More than that, her inflection is pristine. She knows exactly how to apply emotion behind each line she recites, bringing the words to life. Is this something she's done before, or is she simply a natural? I glance around me. Everyone has their eyes on Monica. Sayori looks amazed. Yuri has an intense expression on her face that I don't understand. Oh wait, she's just suffocating to death.
No, it's rage.
Finally, Monica finishes the recitation. The four of us applaud. Monica takes a breath and smiles.
That was so good, Monica.
Thank you very much. I was just hoping to set a good example. Are you ready to go next, Sayori?
I'll go next.
Yuri's fired up all of a sudden.
Yuri clutches a sheet of paper between her hands and stands up. Keeping her head down, she walks quickly over to the podium.
This poem is called Bitch, You Done Fucked Up Now.
Yuri anxiously glances at each of us.
You can do it, Yuri. You can do it. It's called After Image of a Crimson Eye.
Yuri's voice shakes as she starts reading the poem. Just a moment ago, she practically refused to do this. Why is she suddenly putting in so much effort? As Yuri gets past the first couple of lines, her voice changes. It's almost like what happens when Yuri gets absorbed into her books. Her quivering words transform into the sharp syllables of a fierce and confident woman. The poem is full of twists and turns in its structure that she enunciates with perfect timing. This must be a rare glimpse into the whirling fire Yuri keeps concealed inside her head. Suddenly, she's finished. Everyone is stunned. Yuri snaps back into reality and glances around her as if she's bewildered even herself. It's up to me to save this situation. I'm the first to start applauding. Everyone joins me afterward and we give Yuri the recognition she deserves. It's not that we didn't want to applaud for her, but we were so caught off guard that we must have forgotten. As we applaud, Yuri holds the poem to her chest and rushes back into her seat. Yuri, that was really good. Thank you for sharing. Looks like Yuri's down for the count.
Okay. I guess I'm next then.
Sayori hops out of her chair and cheerfully walks to the podium.
This one's called My Meadow.
Hey,
Sorry, I giggled.
Sayori.
It's a lot harder than I thought.
Ayo.
How did you guys do it so easily?
Ayo.
Try not to think of it like you're reciting to other people. Imagine you're reciting it to yourself, like in front of a mirror or in your own head. It's your poem, so it'll come out the best that way.
I see.
Okay
then.
Sayori begins her poem. Somehow it feels like her soft voice was made as a perfect match. There it is about matches again.
No?
The poem isn't aimlessly cheery like Sayori is. It's serene and bittersweet. If I were to read this on paper, I probably wouldn't think much of it, but hearing it come from Sayori's voice almost gives it a whole new meaning. Maybe this is what Sayori meant when she said she likes my poems. It's like I get to reach more deeply into someone I thought I knew through and through. Sayori
Jim
finishes...
Henson style.
I'll give you the old Frank Oz.
Waka waka, bitch.
Sayori finishes and we applaud.
I did it!
Good job, Sayori.
Even McNug liked it. I guess that's a good sign.
What does that even mean?
Means you're a prick.
It came out nicely, Sayori. The atmosphere of the poem fits you really nicely. But it might be that other poems wouldn't work quite as well with that kind of delivery.
I don't really understand.
Of course you don't. In other words, I've seen poems of yours where that sort of gentle delivery wouldn't work as well. They might need a little more force behind them, depending on what you're reading.
Oh, I know what you mean.
No, you don't.
Well, I've been practicing that kind of thing. It's just embarrassing to do it in front of everyone.
Normally it's just a webcam.
Then next time, I'm going to make you pick a poem that challenges you a little more. We don't have much time before the festival, you know.
Okay.
Now, who's next? Natsuki?
Huh. Don't make me go before McNug. It's not like I could compare to you guys anyway. Fucking douchers. Might as well let McNug lower everyone's standards a little before I have to go do it.
Wow.
You know.
God.
Rachel's not paying attention.
Natsuki.
It's fine. It's fine. Might as well get it over with. But it's not like I have much of a selection of what to read. I'll just have to go with what I wrote for today.
Breakfast, 9:30.
Oh, this is my class schedule. I stand up and step in front of the podium. Everyone has their eyes on me, making me feel terribly awkward. I recite my poem. Since I'm not exactly confident in my own writing, especially since I don't know what it is, it's hard to put energy into it. Despite that, once I finish, I receive applause anyway. Pretty sure it's for pity.
Yeah.
Sorry, I'm not really as good as everyone else. Don't worry about it so much. I think it's less about your abilities and more about your lack of confidence in your writing. But your lack of ability really does showcase as well.
That's pretty much all over the place.
It's your face. It's the whole. It's everything from top to bottom. You're just fucking wrecked. That's something that'll improve over time, though. Yeah, maybe. All right then. That just leaves you, Natsuki.
Yeah. What are we doing? Oh, right. I'm going.
Natsuki begrudgingly gets out of her seat and makes her way to the podium.
The poem is called. It's called. Why are you all looking at me? What am I doing?
Because you're presenting.
Presenting what? Oh shit! Did I shut up button? Huh. Anyway, this poem is called "Jump." I think it's by Van Halen.
It's just like,
You might as well jump.
Yeah.
Might as well jump.
Natsuki takes a breath. Once she starts reciting the poem, her sour attitude disappears a little. While she's still a little unenthused, her poem has a rhythm and rhyme to it. It's Natsuki's trademark style, and it works surprisingly well when spoken aloud. The words feel like they bounce up and down, as if giving life to the poem.
She's a freestyler.
Yeah. Natsuki finishes and everyone applauds. She huffs back to her
seat. I'm fucking killing it out here, son.
I'm gonna stick my head in the desk and hotbox.
Throwing one up for the 808, baby.
That wasn't so bad, was it?
Easy for you to say. I don't know where I am. You better not make me do that again.
Well, do you at least feel prepared enough to recite a poem in front of other people?
Son. Shit. I mean, I'm doing it in front of other people. It'd be way easier, I bet. I could put on whatever face I want for other people. Like that movie with Nick Cage. He takes his and the guy from Greece. No, he's not Greek.
Right.
But he was in Greece. He wasn't fried or what's the guy's name? Johnny
Tom Cruise.
Yeah. That guy. But when it's just my friends, it's just embarrassing.
That's a surprise, Natsuki.
Ain't no one talking to you, bitch. I'm sorry.
I think it would be the other way around for me.
Well, that's just how it is, so.
Well, I guess in that case, you won't have much to worry about for the festival. That said, I want to thank everyone for coming through. It might be hard, but I hope that you all have an idea of what it's like now. Make sure you pick a poem and get enough practice before the festival, okay?
You guys want to get Burger King after this?
I'll be making pamphlets, so let me know ahead of time what you'll be reciting. Jeez, I should probably find some other poem to recite instead. That's fine, too. Doesn't have to be your own. In fact, it would be probably for the best if it wasn't. I'm already pleasantly surprised that you're putting in all this effort for the club. It's not a lot of effort, but it makes me really happy. I don't know what that pose is really supposed to be or what it's trying to convey, but
I think I don't know. Her arms are behind her back,
right,
and they vanish.
Yeah,
right.
Sciatica. It makes me really happy.
Look at Natsuke looking at it.
It's like,
what
are you fucking?
This bitch is broken.
Yeah, no problem. Okay, everyone. I think that's about it for today. I know the festival's coming up, but let's try to write poems for tomorrow as well. It's been working out really nicely so far, so I'd like to continue that. As for the festival, we'll finish planning tomorrow, and then we'll have the weekend to prepare. Monday's the big day.
I can't wait.
I can do this. I can do this. I just need a few more raccoons.
All right. I stand up. There's no way I'll be able to find the same enthusiasm as Sayori and Monica, but I'll do my best to get through it. If it's for the sake of the club and impressing Monica, then I'll have to do my best. Ready to go, Sayori?
Yep.
Look at you two always going home together like that.
She lives next door to me. It's not really like we're going together. We're just going in the same direction.
You guys riding a train? You know what I'm saying? You guys...
It's kind of adorable, isn't it? Jeez, guys, don't make such a big deal out of it.
It must be a little nice, though, to have someone to hide the raccoon heads with you.
Well, how am I supposed to respond to that?
It's okay, McNug. You don't have to say it.
Good. Whatever, let's go already.